We're just two guys with one mission, and we've chosen to accept it for some reason. It's time to tell them what we mean, what we say.
Okay, so we just watched Axe, aka California Axe Massacre,
aka Pile of Horseshit.
This is an American film from 1977,
aka Lisa.
aka Lisa.
It's not like a Prince thing.
No, you're thinking of Sister. Okay, so a brief summary of the plot. It's just very
largely incompetent rape revenge saga that would have been largely forgotten today if it hadn't have been caught up in the nastiest furor. Still banned.
No, it isn't, because I owned it in the 90s, but this website is wrong. I'm saying that's because...
But it should be still banned on the account of it's fucking rubbish.
I am not disagreeing with you there.
Excellent.
I'm going to do a brief summary of the plot from my notes.
Please do.
Three random
brief.
guys, including a guy who looks just like Bob Ross, go to some place.
A place.
And then
they do a thing first. Then they go to a place.
If you let me finish, I can do the plot. I kept notes.
Well,
You'd opted to not keep notes.
No, but I watched the movie and they did a thing first and then they went to a place.
Fucking hell.
This was awful.
It was awful. Three random guys, they go to a house, they go to an apartment, and they wait endlessly for a lift to arrive. Mm-hmm. There's an implication that the guy in the lift is a homosexual, mm-hmm. and then they basically kill the guy. Mm-hmm. So they escape the city mm-hmm. to go hide somewhere because they've killed a guy.
Yeah.
They humiliate a shop girl in a sort of weird William Tell routine.
Yeah.
And then they end up at this house.
I don't think they started off wanting to humiliate that girl. I think they just wanted to go to that shop and then he ate an apple that was bad, then started throwing apples at the girl.
Well, regardless of whether they wanted... Well,
no, but they didn't go into that shop, like...
As assholes. Yes, they went into that shop as assholes.
No, they went into the shop as assholes, absolutely, because they are assholes. But they didn't go into the shop thinking we're going to humiliate the person that works there. He ate an apple, which was apparently bad, and then started throwing apples at the girl in a fucking frenzied way. Then they do the William Tell routine and, switcheroo. It's not William Tell routine, they shot the bottle of ketchup above her. But that's what happened in the shop. They didn't go in there with the intention of doing anything.
No, but that's what happened. They ended up humiliating the girl.
They ended up doing that because he ate a bad apple.
Because he ate a bad apple. That's the motivation.
That's when that kicked off.
Hey, Mr. Director, what's my motivation for this scene?
We walked into a shop. We were assholes anyway, but we walked into a shop and
what's my motivation?
Why
you ate a bad apple, son.
Why do I want to humiliate this girl? You ate a bad apple and she was selling the bad apple, so now you want to make an asshole out of this fucking girl who sells apples. That's what happened.
Okay, it's not funny. It's actually pretty disturbing.
It's genuinely not funny. Not even.
So they end up at this house completely randomly of this young girl who's taking care of her catatonic grandfather.
I guess the nearest house in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, I guess it's a near house. They basically.
Maybe it was the last house on the left.
Maybe it was, or maybe I imagine it was the first house on the left. To be honest, and so the Crims they break in, and when they find out that the patriarch is in a catatonic state, they go, this is great, we're going to live here now.
The first time that really we see them in the house, they're already halfway up the stairs and kind of just like a hand on the wall, way too far stretched out, going like, oh hey, we just happened to be in your house in the middle of fucking nowhere, and she's just kind of like, okay.
Not she's
like going, what the fuck are you lot doing in my house?
She's obviously a very disturbed...
No, we find that out later. the point where they're kind of like, hey, babe, we just happen to be in your
Well,
house.
she kills the
fucking for no
chicken
reason.
in a very matter-of-fact way, and so she's
Killing the chicken.
She's
in the fucking middle of nowhere. There's no fucking setup for her being weird. She's just a woman in a house taking care of her catatonic grandfather.
Yes.
That's just the setup for her and the grandfather. All of a sudden, the next scene is they pull up to the house. They're B&Eing all the way into the house, halfway up the stairs, while she's halfway down the stairs, just kind of, oh, hey, we just happen to be here, and we would hope you could take care of us. Notwithstanding the fact that they're halfway in the fucking house,
It's
halfway
true.
up the stairs, and she's just like, yeah, okay, that seems like a completely
That
normal
seems
thing that would happen.
reasonable. Alright, so these guys who are in the house, they've got almost no motivation aside from a bad apple that really ruined their afternoon.
Don't take the piss.
I'm not taking the piss, this is what happened. It's literally what
That
happened.
is genuinely what happened.
There was a quite nasty assault, sexual assault in this
Yep.
movie.
Yep.
I actually think it was played pretty well. But then she kills the guy with a straight razor, which is
cutting the back of his neck, which is not the. Again,
it's not ideal as a murder.
And again, as I pointed out at the time, I think probably why the reason this got banned is because it's not the movie trope version of how that works. The movie trope version is the rape victim being like, oh no. She's not like that. She's just fucking catatonic. Like, fuck, this is happening.
Yeah, it was
How do I internally fucking deal with this? This isn't an external dealing with it, which is she's not fighting him off. She's just kind of internally just kind of, this is the fucking worst thing in the world, and I've got a straight edge razor. I'm gonna fucking kill you with it.
I think that this was like
That's why it's so
the
fucking
pinnacle.
uncomfortable.
This was the pinnacle of the whole film. That it was kind of depressing.
And fucking gross and very
And gross and slimy and like dirty. This whole film
Yeah.
was very dirty,
Yeah.
and then it just gets to this point, and it's really like, I mean, it was a hard watch anyway because there were parts of it that were really very boring and very badly made, and this just kind of added on an extra layer
Yeah.
of like,
yeah. I think
this is too much. I think it was the first time that I was on the character's side. I didn't know
her
anything
acting's
about
fucking
anyone, but this
terrible,
was
and
like-
nobody gives a shit.
Yeah.
And this is just
It was a bit much.
this is a waste of my time. But that scene is just like, Jesus Christ, that scene's so fucking brutal. It's just this was proper fucking
Yeah, it was
boring.
grim. It was real
Proper
grim.
horrible, proper almost no fucking score soundtrack. It just is what it is, and I fucking hate that.
All right, so
God.
let's do the score.
Right,
Story. What would you give it?
0.
You give it
No fucking story.
I'm going to give it a 1 because there was a story. I'm going to give it a 1.
Was there?
Yeah.
Some gangster did something in a place, then they went to a place. It's fucking nasty shit happened.
Yeah, well, I'm going to give it a 10 because there was a story. It wasn't like...
Alright, 1
it
because
wasn't
that's
like-
barely. But
I'm giving it 1 because
okay,
if I was
I'll
to
give it a half.
You give
I'll give it a half.
All right.
I'm not giving it a 1, but it's a half. It's a this needed to happen, so I guess this happened.
For gore, what would you give it?
0.
Yeah, I guess a 0 for me as well.
Even the fucking knife on the back of the neck was ketchup. It was soup.
Yeah.
It was
For overall creativity,
0.
I'm probably going to give it a 1.
I fucking hate this film so bad. There was
probably gonna give it a
nothing
1.
creative about it. Again, fucking 1977.
Yeah, but it wasn't
What?
as
That's
if...
before or after Last House on the Left? When was that?
75 was Last House on the Left, so it was after.
Right, so
it's like it's kind of a...
So it's
I'm going to give it 1
So
for
it's
creativity
bullshit.
just because they did have to write their own characters.
okay.
I'm going to give it... I'm being generous. I'm being a
You
bit
dig
generous.
cinema more than I do. I'm going to give it a 0 because
For logical
fuck you.
sense...
None.
Well,
Okay.
I
Well,
disagree with you because I actually think it made a lot of logical sense.
Okay, actually no, I will retract that. They did a thing in the city. They had to get out of the city. They went to a place in the middle of nowhere. I'll give them a 1 for that.
You're giving them a 1. I'm going to end up giving them a 3
3?
because I could follow it all the way through.
Oh, I followed it all the way through.
But and there was
not-
but they lose points for randomly ending up at this house, and
What happened to that guy who ran off?
Yes, I don't know.
Who the fuck was
exactly.
that?
Exactly. Who was the guy who ran off?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But it did make logical sense.
Yeah,
As a story.
they did a thing, and then they went to a place, and then the thing happened.
Music, I'm going to give it a 1 because there was some music in it.
It was alright, but it was all that horrible.
But it was barely. It was just sound, you know.
Yeah.
Like, so.
It was one guy with a fucking violin sound on his synth.
What are you going to give it?
1.
A 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
This might be the lowest one on our thing, by the way.
Yeah.
It was fucking awful. And it just pissed me off.
2.
It really fucking pissed me off.
There's a final score of 11.5 out of 50.
I even feel bad about that.
Should it have been banned?
A, for being terrible, yes. B, yeah, actually. That one scene, yeah.
I don't think it should have been banned. I think I've seen way more.
I've seen way more exploitative. I've seen way more violent. I've seen way more. But
I don't think it should have been banned. Which brings me to the next question: would you recommend it?
No.
No, me either.
No,
it was a piece of shit.
Not in the fucking slightest. Absolute piece of shit. Terribly acted, terribly scripted, really fucking terribly edited.
It's amateurish.
Yeah, it's an absolute piece of shit. It's somebody going, these kind of films are being made right now. How do we make a fucking bunch of money by making a film like this right now?
Yeah. Pure exploitation trash.
It's not a good film.
And definitely, if you want to do the whole video nasties list, then just skip it.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was that.
Pisses me the fuck off.
And
every fucking one of them. This is going to be a really fucking hard slog.
It's going to be really hard.
All right. How many of these fucking films am I going to have to say the same shit?
72. Almost all of them. Anyway, okay, so that's us.
Damn it.
Right, we're done. First 2 done. Bye.
Bye.